I wanted to do this cover because he wrote this song with the intention of it being timeless, and it is. He had the intention of it almost feeling like something that could be passed on through the generations. And so getting to perform that now in 2026, it feels like, doing just what he set out to do. And it's beautiful and also sad that these are timeless things that he was singing about, that we continue to sing about now. And it's a beautiful thing and also a really sad thing that protest music is not a thing of the past. It's truly something that we still carry with us today, and it's something that both soothes us and is, something that I kind of wish didn't have to exist. I wish we didn't have things to constantly protest, right?
It's raging. It'll soon shake your windows and rattle your walls, for the times they are changing.
I wanted to carry on the tradition of this song by performing it, and being me and being a woman getting to sing a song that was written by a legendary male artist. I think it's just kind of a fun new reimagination of a classic song.
What you can't understand, your sons and your daughters are beyond your command. Your old road is rapidly.
I love the last verse of the song. It feels like a riddle almost. How he talks about what was once last is now going to be first, and what was once slow is now going to be fast. And there's something very poetic about that, and there's something about it that I feel like is a metaphor for so many different things in life. We think things are one way, but it actually, just you wait, in a decade or 2 decades, it will be different. You might be at the top, you might be in power, you might be in the majority at this time, but in years later, you might not be. You might be oppressed. So never treat the little guy poorly, because that might be you later. And I think that is a thread throughout the whole song, but that last verse, I feel like this whole verse is about make sure to not take anything too seriously or to take it for what it is, because it may change, because times are a-changing. So I love that last verse.
Well, she was an American girl, raised on promises.
We chose to do a cover of American Girl by Tom Petty, and I guess, this song is contemporary and it also is a classic. So I wanted to do this song because I'm very passionate about the reimagination of the American dream. There are so many songs that we hear maybe on the 4th of July, like American Girl. I would say it's a song that would probably be on a 4th of July playlist and a playlist of almost patriotic songs. But, Tom Petty wrote this song about kind of the restlessness and the wanting for more that is truly the American dream, right? The American tradition of moving somewhere for a better life, right? My mom, she's an immigrant from Japan and moved to the United States with a stateless passport. Her family moved here for a better life. And I think that this song, for me, as the daughter of someone who's indigenous and also someone who's an immigrant, I feel like it's kind of fun and different to have someone like me singing this song.
Feel so far out of reach. Oh yeah. All right. Take it easy, baby.
Because I feel like I am an all-American girl, even if I'm not the usual ideal or what someone would expect an American woman or American girl to be. So I thought it was kind of cool to be able to play this song because it kind of puts it on its head a little bit. And I think it actually does very much align with what Tom Petty was writing. And aren't we all just trying to look for more and seek for more? And we're all just kind of standing out on our balconies, thinking about the past, thinking about the future, and just wanting better for ourselves. And so I just felt like it was very cool and symbolic to sing this out of my voice.
Grandma worked in a cannery.
How do I feel about my identity as an American, and how does it translate into my music? I feel like that is kind of the overarching question that has very much fueled my music and my artistry. I feel like for me, I write music because I'm trying to get answers. And I think that that is like one of the big questions that I'm constantly trying to get answers for. I come from a really diverse background. My mom is an immigrant from Japan, but her family also ancestrally is from the island of Taiwan. And my dad is from California, but he's of Akimel O'odham, Native American and Mexican descent. So on both sides of my family, we have these very different cultures. But I was born and raised in a studio apartment in New York City above a firehouse. So I am a city girl who comes from all these different cultures. And so I think as a kid, I never really knew how to express myself or knew where I could fit in. Never felt like there was like a box on a census form that I could check and be like, well, that's who I am. And so I very much have always felt American. When I was a little girl, I loved like American Girl dolls, and I like really wanted to be like kind of the quintessential American girl. And I think that throughout my childhood into adulthood, I realized that I am not what people, when they first think of what an American girl is. And I think that was really heartbreaking for me as a kid. It made me feel very othered. And so I think with my music, I try to answer those questions and to empower other little brown girls who maybe feel the same way, and to tell them that like, you are all these things. You are everywhere you come from, but you're also American too. And that's something that you can be proud of, even if we live in a country that we don't always feel really embodies who we are. We can be proud of that too. And that all these feelings can exist at once. Making music about all of that helps me process just my parents' past, my own past, and where we're headed. So for me, making music is a way of processing.
What is love without home? There's no stranger in the land where the buffalo go.
One lyric that I'm very much proud of from my song, Who Says That's Not American, is, the clean version is, all I know is I hate the man who says that's not American. And in both verses, I talk about the good and the bad that my grandparents endured in this country. And all of that is American. The immigrant struggle, the indigenous struggle, like the immigrant resilience, the indigenous resilience, like we are built on their stories. And yet so many of these folks are the ones who are being told they're not American and are being told to go home, when many of them have never even stepped foot in quote unquote home for them across the border, quote unquote border. I'm proud of that lyric because I feel like, who says what's not American, We are actually a country built on immigration. We're built on the genocide of indigenous people. So if we're not going to acknowledge those things, all of those things, good and bad, as what it means to be American, then we're not seeing the full picture, and we're living in a very alternate reality that's not true, and that people who come from these backgrounds can't close their eyes to. And so I try to hide these very important to me messages in pretty songs so that I can try to reach people and be like, y'all, like, we gotta wake up.
And she had to die trying. She had one little promise she was gonna keep.
A young person stumbles on this project and sees my performance, I would hope that they would see it and be like, oh wow, like there's so much amazing music in the Great American Songbook. There's so much amazing music, past, present, future, and there's so many amazing different kinds of people who perform it. I also hope that people take away from this that a song is timeless, and a song is a song, and something that, like, yes, belongs to the artist who created it, but also takes on new meanings depending on who's performing it. And I think that's what's so special about covering other people's songs, especially artists that are legacy artists that I never will get to meet in person, because we get to carry on their messages and learn from them. So I hope that a listener learns from both my own words, but also the words of the artists I've covered, and takes it on, to share their own words too.